As dusk fell, Hang gripped the steering wheel, furrowing his brows. He'd been driving along the winding mountain road for over 2 hours, yet he still couldn't find his way out. His phone's GPS had long lost its signal, and all around him were nothing but dense woods. "Damn it, I'm really lost this time," he muttered to himself. Hang was a travel photographer who had come to this remote area to shoot an abandoned mountain village. He hadn't expected to lose his way in the forest. As he thought about spending the night in his car, a dim yellow light appeared ahead. As he drove closer, the outline of an old building gradually came into view. It was an inn with a faded hand-painted sign that read, "Mountain Moon Inn." The building looked ancient, but its warm lighting gave an oddly comforting feeling. Hang sighed in relief. Finding a place to stay in such weather felt like a blessing. He pushed open the heavy wooden door, and a soft bell chimed. Behind the reception desk stood a middle-aged man who greeted him with a calm smile.
"Welcome to the Mountain Moon Inn,"
the man said in a low, steady voice.
"You look like you've lost your way."
"Yes, I have. Do you have a room available?"
"We do. Let me arrange room 104 for you,"
the man replied, taking a brass key from under the counter.
"You're very lucky. Only those with fate can find this place."
Room 104 was simple yet clean. Hang set down his luggage and began to survey his temporary shelter. The room had an indescribable oddness to it. A landscape painting on the wall was perpetually crooked, no matter how he tried to straighten it. Inside the bedside table drawer was a yellowed photograph of a person with a stiff, unnatural smile. The bathroom mirror, under the dim light, seemed to flash shadows that disappeared when he looked directly. "Are there other guests here?" Hang asked the innkeeper later that evening.
"We don't have many guests,"
the man replied with the same calm smile.
"but those who come are all meant to be here."
Late at night, Hang lay in bed but couldn't sleep. Footsteps echoed in the hallway outside, pacing back and forth. Even more unsettling, his door lock jiggled faintly, as if someone was trying to open it. Holding his breath, he waited a long while before mustering the courage to open the door, but the hallway was empty, bathed only in weak moonlight streaming through the windows. The next morning, Hang decided he needed to leave this unsettling place, but his car wouldn't start, and his phone still had no signal. With no other choice, he wandered the inn, hoping to find help. At the end of the first floor, he found an unlocked storage room. Opening the creaky door, he gasped at what he saw. The room was filled with old suitcases and shoes, as though abandoned for decades. In a corner, he discovered a moldy journal. Flipping through its pages, he saw entries written by different innkeepers over the years. Though the handwriting varied, the content was eerily similar.
"Welcome to the Mountain Moon Inn, the only path to the final rest. Room 104 still has a guest who hasn't been sent off. My duty is to complete the final reception."
What shocked Hang most was the dates of the entries. They were all from the 1950s, yet the ink and paper looked fresh, as if written recently. Uneasy, Hang returned to his room and examined the old photograph again. This time, he noticed more details. The background was unmistakably room 104. Even more unsettling, the person in the photo carried a backpack identical to his own. In faded ink on the back, it chillingly read, "Welcome back." He entered the bathroom and tried to open the cabinet behind the mirror. As the mirror swung open, he froze. Behind it was not a cabinet, but a window. Through the window, he saw countless shadowy figures wandering outside the inn. Rushing to the front desk to confront the innkeeper, Hang found the entire inn deserted. On the desk lay a set of old keys, with the key to room 104 resting quietly among them. Back in his room, he was horrified to find his backpack had somehow aged, now worn and tattered. On the floor lay a pair of ancient shoes, clearly from decades ago. He desperately tried to break the window to escape, but outside was nothing but endless darkness, devoid of even a glimmer of light. In his despair, he noticed the wallpaper peeling from the walls, revealing countless claw marks beneath, as if left by those who had tried to escape before him. Searching frantically, Hang found a rusty iron box under the bed. Inside was a stack of yellowed newspaper clippings, all reporting mysterious disappearances in the area. The topmost article, dated 1953, had a chilling headline: Mountain region disappearances solved. The culprit is a centuries-old tree. The article revealed a chilling truth. A 1,000-year-old tree in the area fed on human life. The locals built the inn to lure travelers to feed the tree. Hang's hands trembled as he recalled the abandoned luggage and the wandering shadows. Worse, every clipping showed photos of victims who had stayed in room 104. Suddenly, the room's temperature plummeted. The wallpaper writhed, and countless withered branches emerged from the walls, clawing toward him. Beneath the floorboards, he saw massive tree roots pulsating, and the crooked paintings twisted into grotesque faces. The innkeeper appeared at the door, his body cracking to reveal layers of bark beneath. "Do you know why this place is called the Mountain Moon Inn?" he rasped. "Because only on a full moon does the tree hunger." Hang tried to run, but the roots wrapped around his ankles. Outside the window, a colossal tree loomed in the moonlight, its trunk covered in faces twisted in agony. The faces of former guests. Their souls were trapped forever, feeding the tree. As the shadows screamed and claw marks oozed dark liquid, Hang felt his life force draining away. His vision blurred, and just before everything went dark, he saw his own face slowly merging into the walls, becoming part of the endless cycle. The Mountain Moon Inn still stands on the desolate mountain road, waiting for the next lost traveler. On full moon nights, faint cries can be heard from its direction. And that ancient tree grows taller in the darkness, its branches heavy with new faces,